I'd heard the name of Jesus a lot. Heard a few stories and different things and claims that who he was and what he was all about, but it not meant anything to me. As a Centurion, I've got a responsibility, leading men, following orders, getting men to respect me. I've achieved a status. I've got a position, and this Jesus was expecting us to follow him. It just didn't sit right with me. I thought, no chance. I've worked hard for my position. I'm not going to suddenly change things. And then I got to meet him, and I was given my orders to take him out to the palace after Pilate, our leader, had finished with him. And we took him out. Whole company of soldiers. Nobody liked missing an execution. We all wanted to be there. We all liked that bit. Get a chance to a bit mock, hurl abuse at a few prisoners who've done evil things, and everyone was there. It was packed. The whole place was there with soldiers. But this was a bit different. Because he'd claimed to be the king of the Jews, we got a purple robe for him, put a purple robe on him. Some thorns together made a crown, drove it on his head. For us at the time, it was quite funny. It was quite amusing to see this man, all his claims reduced to this. And we marched him round the palace courtyard, shouting, "Hail, King of the Jews." And then it came to the next bit, which was, well, we get the prisoners ready for their execution, and some of the soldiers had staffs and they were hitting him with it, asking him if you're so wise, so clever, who's it you? Nothing happened. Didn't fight back. Didn't say anything. And it just felt a bit strange. Yes, it was degrading. Yes, it was barbaric, but it was meant to be. But he just didn't fight back. He didn't say anything. And even the weakest, horrible, most criminal would do that. They would argue back. They would spit. They would shout, but nothing. He didn't say one word. And that got me thinking, why is he not doing anything? Well, after that had finished, some criminals are dead after that stage. But he wasn't. Still wasn't fighting back, still wasn't doing anything. We led him out to Golgotha, place where the cross was going to be. And as we do, customary, we cast lots for clothes, because they don't need their possessions, they don't need anything like that. So we cast our lots, clothes were divided up, and then we got him onto the cross, lifted him up. And it was a bit strange, because again, there was nothing. There was no fight back. Even every criminal, when you hang them up, you hear the shouts, you hear the screams, you hear them spitting and throwing abuse at the crowd, but there was nothing. There was nothing. And then suddenly it went dark. The 6th hour, it went dark. And it was this eerie, suffocating dark. I'd never experienced anything like it. And I've been in some wars, I've been in some battles, and this was just incredible. And I heard him shout, and a shout that I will never forget. My God, why have you forsaken me?" And I stood there and thought, why? Why has he shouted this? And someone in the crowd, some of the Jewish leaders, the Pharisees, I think they're called, they shouted things out to him. If you can save us, why can't you save yourself? And people thought he was shouting for Elijah, but I could hear him clearly, what he was saying. And he still didn't fight back. And I stood there, and it went dark till the 9th hour, and then the light came up. And he'd finished. And I realised that this man was different. This man really was the King of the Jews. And for me, I knew only one thing, that he was the Son of God.